Good morning. Yes, I am a minute late. I apologize. I should be flogged. No, I make last minute decisions and usually have enough time to get over and do them all. I didn't this morning. So I'm a little bit late. Letting my voice wake up, trying to get this thing. Yes. See, I'm looking over at my chat and I'm already beat to it. Happy birthday, Sylvia. I hope you're having an awesome day and you had a great breakfast out this morning. Oh, it's still this morning where you are. It's afternoon, but oh, let's see. Let's go back up in the chat. Good morning, Deborah Holdman, Tracy Albert. Thank you. I know it's early. Sylvia, let's see. Guess who, Nancy? Good morning. Ms. Topaz, good morning. Lori Miller, good morning. I see what you did there, Lori. Oh, goodness. I just did not want to get up this morning, and I need to fix my chat windows. I got up, and then I refused to wake up, so missed my music. I usually play music before the live, so I wake up a little bit, and I don't look like I just crawled out of bed. Everybody's saying hello and happy birthday to Sylvia. And for you new to lives, I'm looking over here because that's where my chat box sits. And if you're getting the replay, you should have the chat box up. We put links and other stuff. I usually try to remember to put links below. I don't always. I lost one of my boxes I had up. Found it. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Okay. This morning's comedy. Just shut up and go live, Coleen. Alrighty. Now I'm caught up. Good morning. I am Coleen Sews and Chats, and we just do whatever we feel like. Good morning, Brandy. 100 Proof Quilter is here. It's good to see you. Monday must be a good day for you. She's doing her lives at 9 on Monday mornings, Central Time. A couple of links in there for you. This would be Sylvia, and here is Brandy, and their links are also underneath every live video. My moderators are in the description box. You can find them anytime if you want to go check them out, see what they're up to. Oh, Sylvia keeps losing signal. She'll be back in a minute. Back in 10. Look at me lie. Start off my morning with a good old-fashioned fib. She'll be back in 10, heading home. Keep losing signal. I was trying to think of something easy to do. I like doing those. Sorry if I keep going out of frame. I don't think I adjusted my camera. I like doing the quilt deck, the quilt builders deck, card deck. It's Monday. Because I was choosing fast, relatively simple blocks to do on a Monday morning. I decided to step it up this morning. I think I can do it. It seems easy. I think everybody knows I watch a lot of people. And one of the people I watch is the YvetteRene. And she is doing a sew along. And I'm going to bring it up because I am going to misname it every time. Yes, words are a problem. Words waking, it's all a problem. Deborah Holman asked. Oh, see if I remember what I put that under. Who knows? That's where I put it. Good morning, Martha's Creative Life. Listening is getting ready for work. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. This is a block. The YvetteRene. My mouth is trying to go faster and it's not working. Here on YouTube it's a free PDF pattern, Bursting Stars quilt pattern, FPP. And she also gives directions if you want to make templates, cut the templates out on what size the templates need to be made. But she's using her, what is that called? AccuQuilt to cut out her pieces of fabric. And I printed this smaller. If you want the pattern, you got to go to her site, download it from her. And if you want all the great directions, trust me, she's the girl. She gives great instructions for FPP. That's where I learned. And then Sylvia helped me, I guess, hone my abilities. She kept throwing FPP patterns at me that I liked, that I wanted to keep making. So anyway, and I picked the, let's see, Tula Pink True Colors is the charm pack I'm using. I just picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. I just picked 8 pieces of 5-inch pieces because I printed this at 75%, so it will work with my charm pack. And that was my plan today, to do 1 block of this, to put it in with my FPP blocks. That's going to be a sampler quilt one of these days. Did I miss anybody else coming in? If I did, I apologize. Brandy says she's off Sunday nights, so Monday mornings work great. Awesome. That's nice. That was my thinking. If I'm driving all week and shredding my back, I have Saturday and Sunday to recuperate. If I get on first thing Monday, when nobody's here or nobody's awake, I have a chance of being able to do it. Sherlock's Wi-Fi is wonky this morning. Is it really cold up there? Sherlock says she should try FPP one of these days. You should. It's not as hard as your mind wants to think it is. And if you start with something with just a few pieces like this side, one side at a time, it doesn't have that many pieces. 1, 2. I know I've already counted this morning. It has 4 pieces. And the one thing that trips people up is the first piece. For some reason, you always want to turn the first piece pretty side up at you. Well, not if you're going to put your pieces right side together when you add them. That piece has to be down because you want your pretty sides together. So when you fold this back, that's what you're going to see. We hope. I'll get the second piece moved out of the way. Oh, and before I start the FPP, if I start the FPP, we'll see how this goes. I'm going to start that FPP. Sorry, I'm being assaulted by the light. Last night, I was working on Sylvia's crown that she made for me for the pig in the blanket. I cut all my pieces out, but my head was blending all of this together over and over again, and I couldn't pick the pieces that were supposed to be colored, even though she has them marked. The markings are small, so usually I just write what color I'm going to use in them. But I went to my son's room and I was like, "You got colored pencils, don't you?" "Why?" "I need colored pencils." And then he tells me he has nice colored pencils, expensive colored pencils, because he draws. I was like, "I know you have cheap colored pencils." He says, "Well, I have some other colored pencils, but I don't." And he gets in his closet, and he's opening it up, and he's got all the colored pencils. bi-color yellows and greens, and he hands me the yellow bag, and I was like, okay, now these are the cheap ones, right? They're not your nice ones. And he says, well, they're cheaper, but they're still nice. I said, don't we have any Crayola crayons? I know I used to get them for like nothing when school supplies were on sale. And he's looking at me and he's like, oh, I don't know. And he looks over at his little basket. I pick up one bag and I see these. And I looked at him and I was like, I just want a cheap colored pencil. Why is it so hard? I don't want to use your nice pencils. And now he won't take them back. So anyway, he's like, don't you have things to color? No, I don't usually have things to color. I know, right, Sherlock? Oh, 29 where Deborah is, 28 where Sherlock is. Not too cold, no wind. I think you and I have different definitions of cold and too cold. We're supposed to have snow Tuesday night. Now it's saying 3 to 6 inches, possibly 7 in areas. Kids' first day back to college will be Wednesday morning, so we may be not going Wednesday. Tracy Albert, I'm not ever going to mention cold. But I thought my crayon story was funny. Crayola story. See, that's the kind of thing I go through if I want something someone else has in this house. And snacks. Just think of everybody in the house, like some of you may have watched Friends, some of you may not have. Joey. Nobody touches Joey's food. Everybody in this house is like that. Well, not everybody. I'm not, because when I get snacks, I share with everyone. My husband ate my last cookie the other day. And then someone was talking about brownies, and I really should have named my channel just random. Okay, let's see if I can tilt you guys down. I should turn this on. I cleaned it last night. That's always helpful. I try to remember to do that actually weekly before a live, because if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. And I think if I've just cleaned it, that's one less thing to keep track of. What am I doing? Let's see. Bursting Stars quilt pattern. It's very pretty. And I think Yvette's only done week 1 so far, last week. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure. So, anyway, let's see. It looks to me like you can see over here. Tilt down just a little bit more. I'll get down here. And if you're not interested in FPP, that's okay. I wasn't until I was. And then I was very happy that I had found people that did FPP. In fact, I joined Yvette's piecing it real for a couple months. It was nice. There's some nice ladies there. The first piece, I'm just making sure it's at least a quarter pass. Actually, this is the second piece. I'm already making things up. This is why I'm not going to teach FPP. I'm making sure it's a quarter past this line, and it's past the rest of the lines, and that doesn't look right to me. Okay. Then I bend it back to make sure it's going to lay where I think it's going to lay. Right there. Now I'll tell you, if you weren't on here, I would take this and I would hold it in place so there would be less over there. And I'd take probably my smaller ruler, because this one doesn't fit over here very well. I'd put it, the 1/4 inch line, I would line up on that line I'm fixing to sew. I'd pull this over and I would cut that off. But I'm not going to do that today. Because I think that would take too much time, and I am slow. Right sides together. I think it's easier to remember when I think right sides together. And I will get back in chat in a second. I really wanted to get this black, so whoops, that's not right. I'm using the universal foot so I can see better. I have used my 1/4" foot. Mind if the, what is wrong with my eyes? That wasn't just a little off, that was a little crooked. And hopefully this is not as loud as what it usually is. Okay, if I go slow, it will be loud. Back stitch at the beginning. I am using newspaper print. And I will tell you, I am always getting pieces too small, which is where Sylvia comes in handy, because she's like, oh, just add a piece of fabric. Take a piece of the fabric you were using and add it. Well, don't you sound like it's just that easy. It is. It really is. Just add another piece of fabric. Me, I'm like, nope, I've got to rip it out, put a bigger piece in there. Then now I'm going to pray. Then I fold it over towards me, toward. Did you know there was a G in toward? Oops. This is the 1/4" ruler, which I got from YvetteRene's shop. Am I hyping her, Yvette? I can't talk. Nobody tell her that I did this video. I talk about people I like and the things I use. I'm not paid. I'm not asked to. In fact, she doesn't know. Although I did tag her, I still don't think she knows. Let's not tell her. I think, did I get that 1/4"? Oh, I barely made that. The seam allowance is going to catch that right there. Don't tell her. I stacked my fabrics in the order I wanted to use them. I hope. This is why I don't teach FPP. You don't want to learn from the crazy. And I'm very slow because I don't like holding things up to the light. That's not right. It's not going to go where I want it to if I put it like that. See? I've already went off the rails on what I think that I'm doing. Well, it should work if I put it like that. I'm looking for a 1/4" over here and a 1/4" past this line. So when I fold it over, let's say a prayer. Right sides together, sew on the line, and I think I may only do this one piece because I am not good at it. Not on a live. I'm fine when I'm by myself, and that's okay. I don't mind messing up during lives. I really think it's inevitable most of the time. This newspaper print comes off easier than the interfacing type that is sold for FPP printing. Oh, well, it works. And look at that. You get to see whether it works or not. Just barely made it there. Actually, if I give it a snug pull. on the line towards me again. There's always going to be a G in that word. There's nothing I can do about that. And there's nothing I'm going to do about that. I could have used yardage and cut the pieces to where they fit better, and I don't have so much waste over here. In fact, I did use the 5-inch squares with Sylvia's pattern, and I didn't have hardly any waste. I was thinking something was missing there. I forgot to drop the piece of paper back down. And then, oh, good morning, Practically Creative. I saw you sneak in, just barely. Liz Dibida, did I say that right? Good morning and welcome. Pardon me. I'll drink coffee real quick. I think I should just stick to first names. I have better luck pronouncing them right. And Lynn, good morning. Well, great. See, I sew really 2 pieces on, and I miss all the good stuff in chat. Oh, Wendy came in. Gypsy Woman is Wendy. Good morning. Sherlock says, usually we're really cold with lots of snow. Mother Nature is having issues this year. I know, right? We had a white Christmas. That has never happened in the more than 40 years I've lived here, born and raised in the Ozarks of Missouri. I think spell check is helping Sherlock. It says, Google morning gypsy one. Good morning. Let's see. Yeah, Melissa, Wendy. Sherlock so asked if I printed that smaller. Sorry if I said that earlier. Not a problem. Yes, I did print it smaller. I printed it at 75% instead of 100%. When you print FPP, you should print it at 100%. And most have, Sylvia's, she usually has a line if she doesn't have a square. So you can measure this square to make sure it's printed correctly. And mine is about a 1/4 inch short on both sides, which is what I wanted it to be because I wanted to use these. I have a tendency to do with that. I mess with patterns. Why did I print it at 75%? I think I just answered that. Oh, and Tracy answered it. Thank you, Tracy. I have awesome moderators. And thank you, moderators. It is early, and I appreciate you being here. And if you haven't visited my moderators pages, please do so. We'll drop the links in. It's in the description box. See that? I didn't even have to go through that. Asked and answered. Practically Creative Melissa says, I love Sylvia's method, LOL. It works for some brains really well. Some people it's not going to work for. Some it is. That's why it's hard to say you really like following 2 people that do things exactly the same because you don't want to play favorites. Sylvia and Yvette do not do things exactly the same. They have very different styles, but they both get beautiful blocks in the end. It worked for Tracy. Sylvia's method worked for Tracy. And there's down to Liz, almost at the end of the list. Oh, I don't think. Yes, I did watch that because I remember seeing it. Melissa says, Sylvia redid the video that disappeared on her. She showed the Sylvia method in the new video. Totally copyright that. The Sylvia method. And today's her birthday, in case you're just coming in. She was having some internet problems, but she was going to come back. Lynn is right on time. She said sorry she's late. Actually, she didn't say sorry. I'm making up things again. She was busy cleaning her bedroom. I haven't cleaned anything yet today. I haven't started laundry. No. I did create a bigger mess. Okay. I thought I was almost to the bottom. Oop, Sylvia. Oh, Sylvia is back. It was only 2 minutes ago, so I'm not that far behind according to the timestamp. And there's Deborah Lynn. Happy birthdays. Guess you, Nancy, have to go to work today. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe we could start an email chain and send it to your employer and get them to stop that nonsense and still pay you. This should be a thing. Let's see. Melissa said, I've never seen Yvette teach FPP, so I only know Sylvia's method. Okay. Sylvia, I have a method. Yes. Yes, you do. The Sylvia method. Hashtag Sylvia method. All your videos. I'm just saying. Marketing. I wouldn't say 101 because I don't know nothing about it. But, oh, Brandy, you're fine. Sherlock Sows. Let's not talk about cleaning. Brandy says, sorry, I'm not paying attention to the chat. I'm working on cleaning up my quilting corner. Happy birthday, Sylvia. Don't worry. A lot of times I have to have my friends like Brandy and everyone, they get to be on the monitor or on the TV and I've got it going, but I'm not in chat because at some point I have to get something done. And it seems like I get nothing done when I'm in chats. But I do always try to comment underneath them because content creating is hard. By the way, I saw Kelly Crafts Cruises, Kelly Quilt. Somebody tell me Kelly's name. I always say Kelly, so I stop saying the rest of it. I'll see now. She's in the bot. Bot, don't mess with me. Did I spell it wrong? There it is. Kelly's Cruises, Crafts, and Quilts. Got her 600 subscriber milestone. Very happy for her. Oh, and tomorrow, I put a bunch of information in the description box because I knew I would forget to say things. Tomorrow, I am going to be on with Bland Designs, the Idiot Quilter. Steven, he's doing it in, well, it's not on. It's a pre-record. He was so much fun. Oh my gosh. And we sat here for an hour after we stopped the video and just chatted. I could not shut up. And he was so willing to let me talk and talk with me. It was fun. It's going to be on his channel sometime tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. I need to put a short up announcing that and put it in my community tab. But y'all, if you ain't seen him, go over and visit him. He is fun. Yay for Kelly. Yes, yay for Kelly. Okay, whoa. My hand went off on its own. Okay, now we're going to do another piece. I'm at least going to get half this block done. That's not bad. I did a lot of talking, so. And I always fold back. Maybe there's people out there that don't fold back and they get their pieces right where they want them all the time. I'm more than a ½ inch past this. I would be much more fussier about this if I wasn't doing it on a live. Lots of little cutting and stuff. right sides together. That's all I have to keep saying. I think because I heard it said so many times. Can't tell you how many times I put that on. Wrong side, the first one. Kept putting the free side up. So I just have to remember, like any other piecing, right sides together. My hands are still mad at me for all those letters I cut this weekend. And when I fold it back, it covers that entire piece. So fold on the sewn line toward me. And for anybody joining late, I'm not a professional. I don't even pretend to be one. I have friends who I would say are. Sylvia, as a matter of fact. Yvette. Oh, and another sew along that I'm going to do a block from is Quilting with Stephanie Stitches. She did a block Saturday. It's like the Lemoyne Star, but no Y seams. It's different. So, let's see. When I take this apart, I could fiddle with that a little bit, but I did not get that as flat as I could have had I ironed or used the magic juice, which I don't use the magic juice. Magic juice, for you that don't know, is the acorn pressing pen, which is like starch in a pin. You just run it along your seam, press it back, and that thing is flat as paper. So I hear. It looks like it. Anyway, that's one piece done. Turn it over. I really need to get a smaller ruler out. That thing is just too big over here. I was going to hang my rulers up. I don't know where I put them. On the side of my drawer over here. And this thing fell. It didn't sound nice when it fell. That'll work. I just need a 1/4 inch. So go around here. I already cut that one. I was like, why is that not got any fabric around it? Panic. I'm just going to follow this line out here. Now, although I cut it at 75%, I still, when I cut my piece out, I used my 1/4 inch line to cut that out. Works, doesn't work, it doesn't matter. I'm going to have a seam allowance. Start on this side. But I'm still putting my 1/4 inch line there, even though that 1/4 inch, because I cut it out smaller, is a little bit littler. I like the smaller blocks in a sampler. You get more in them. That starburst, oh my goodness. That is amazing. That Yvette is doing. I might do that star next Monday, depending on what I have to do. I have plenty to do. There is not a shortage of things to do. But first I have to figure out how to get it smaller, because I want it smaller. 12-inch blocks are great for a fast quilt. Fast-ish. I should say ish. Because you still have to piece the whole thing. Actually, some of these I would actually not save for later. That one's on the fence. But I would say this is what I'm going to get rid of from this side. And that's what I'm going to keep for future scraps. I may just sew them all together one day. Which really, in my mind, isn't different than any other piecing I do. The amount of waste. And I'm going to leave this on the paper for now. I like those colors. That's why I bought it from Yvette. Yvette has a different palette than I have. for colors. She likes the bold, bright. They work so well with FPP. They work well with everything. My mind doesn't work like that. I thought if I buy them from her, I know I'm going to get something bright and bold, and it's going to work together. I know I'm not saying go over to Yvette's and buy everything. Although I'm sure she wouldn't mind. That's really where my heart is, promoting other people. Okay, we made it through the first one. Let's try the second one. That was loud. Sorry about that. Probably did not sound good. Sherlock So says that was a cute block Quilty with Stephanie Stitches did. Did you find the missing? Sylvia, why would you bring up traumatic issues for me? I mean, why? I should sew new gifts. No, I did not find the seam ripper. My husband says, you have a seam ripper. I'm like, it's this big. My other seam ripper was closer to that size, which is easier to handle. This one keeps... Who is made to hold that? I mean, what kind of hand is that made for? Are you giving it to 2-year-olds? Public service announcement, please do not give your seam ripper to your 2-year-old. And yeah, there's some fool going to do that. Probably shouldn't have said that. Every night and every morning I do a live. I pray I keep my mouth shut. Don't say anything stupid. Now my first piece, I glued. I used Elmer stick glue. I put things away after I'm done with them. I should have left it out. I use this, just put a little bit on the paper, just enough to hold that first piece on there for me so I don't get it turned the wrong way. And see if this will go about a quarter past that line. And it's going to go a quarter all the way around. Now see, I'm going to do it again because I'm paranoid I'm going to do it wrong. I don't do FPP a lot because my hands, smaller pieces like that crown, my hands don't like it. But once in a while is fine. And I have compression gloves. I just don't like to wear them when I sew. Put that back, make sure it's covered this entire piece, a 1/4 inch over. Now I'll put the right sides back together so I can cut the excess off. Why is that a hard word? I don't know. I'm not going to keep those. Scrap quilters everywhere are freaking out over that. I really should do one with the iron so you can see the difference. That way, if I'm not going to use it, turn it off. Going for speed. At this point, I could take this, light up a 1/4 inch line on this line right here and cut that off, but it can stay till the next piece. This is why I don't teach, I confuse people. See, when I cut that off, then all I have to do is look at this. I'm not looking through the paper to do it. Then all I have to do is look at this other piece and line them up together. If I have two straight edges, but I have to look through this piece. Nope, that's not in the right place. There we go. Pulling it over to make sure it goes over around the entire piece of paper. You could use bigger pieces. I'm stingy. And the first thing I will tell you is use bigger than what you think. Bigger piece than what you think you need. And yes, I'm going to fold over and check to make sure it does cover as I wanted it to, and it does. I hope you can see my hands. Sometimes the camera, what I'm seeing is not exactly what you're seeing. I do have another screen up. I just forget to the guys. Then the line I just drew, fold the paper over towards me. Get my 1/4 inch ruler because it's got a lip there that catches. And like that side. Once again, no, I am not a professional. Oh, I'm going to add acting to my resume. I'm going to act like a professional today. Okay. I'm going to say random things. Guaranteed. I'm just using my nail to finger press this. Like I said, if y'all weren't here, I would use the hot thing over there. Iron. I just think this one will be easy, and then first thing I do is miss when I turn it over. It fits. I think it fits. I'm gonna go with it fits up. Maybe the first one. Hey, it's almost done. First one I have to rip. I know a lot of people are. FPP makes them anxious. I like to learn new things. And I got to learn at my own pace, which was great. I did not have anybody to keep up with but myself. I look up and I see Sylvia saying, "You're cracking me up, Coleen. Happy birthday." And that covers the paper as intended. I think every time I do a live, I'm going to have to go back and watch all the lives just so I can write down all the professional things that I'm adding to my resume. Transmission rebuild, transmission tear down, stay-at-home mom, which means I'm an accountant. I'm for anybody who knows, we're domestic goddesses. Plain and simple. Meal preparation. Oh, chef. Sometimes you do with whatever's in the fridge. So I'm a chef. I have the best resume. And really, using my kids as references. What was I going to do? Oh, gonna change rulers. I'm going to cut the 1/4 inch around. I could do 1/8 of an inch, but I like the 1/4 inch. And because I printed it smaller, my 1/4 inch is just outside that dotted line that is the 1/4 inch mark as it was created by Yvette. You won't catch me trying to teach people FPP. Show you what I'm doing, but geez. I have a tendency to confuse people. Just a little point. I see the chat scrolling. Is it going to traumatize anyone if I say I'm not keeping this piece? Okay, I'll keep it if it upsets people. Usually about 1 inch is my rule of thumb, what I'll keep. This is just under 1 inch, but I'll keep it for a while. See if I change my mind about it. Because if it's 1 inch and then I take a seam on either side, that brings it down to a 1/2 inch of the fabric showing, which I like. Technically, I could do 3/4 of an inch and still see a 1/4 of an inch of fabric, but I haven't needed that, so I'm not keeping those. I did not check chat to see if I was traumatizing people. Yeah, this is much smaller than that. I'm taunting Melissa right now. By the way, Melissa, did you find your rotary cutter? And I'll tell you all what she said in a second. Good morning, Janet Johnson. I did not see you come in because I was not looking. My mouse is going to take a dive off the table. That's the second side. Now, if you do this in the, she has the colors listed as A through I can't remember what, and she tells you, like this one has, I marked it because I was going to try to get the colors. It was going to be A, B, C, D, E. Was it E over here? E. So if you did it in the colors that she suggests, the color, I don't know what to call it. These 2 colors would be the same, these 2 would be the same, and these 2 would be the same. And it would go through all through the quilt. So I just wanted to do it different because I'm difficult. Okay, over to chat. Hey, it was under an hour. I didn't have FPP black in under an hour. Yeah, I'm impressed too. Be nice. Small wins. We celebrate them. Oh, Sylvia, Coleen isn't paying attention. Don't tell her. All right. I can't time Sylvia out. Oh, can I time Sylvia out? I wouldn't time Sylvia out, but I am going to see. I can put my mods in timeout. Just so you know. I might do that. Not today. But I have to go see what Sylvia did. Wow, I've been ignoring my chat for a while. I apologize. Okay. Not even going to explain. Oh, everybody was celebrating Kelly. That's where I went out. Sylvia says she's going to check something out. I downloaded this pattern last night, have it printed, ready to play. It is so pretty. And I think if I did it 1 block at a time, I could accomplish the quilt that she's accomplishing with us. I just don't have time to organize those thoughts into, because, I mean, it took an hour. if I got all the fabric organized and I did one block every couple days, it could get done. Oh, Melissa thought this was Sylvia's pattern. No, this one is Sylvia's pattern though. I was not going to play with so many pieces on a live. One, I keep knocking them over. This Sylvia made just for my pig in the blanket. It's a crown. My son looked at that and says, "What is it?" I said, "Well, look at the colored pieces. Can't you see it?" I couldn't see it until I colored them. This is Sylvia's. And I am doing it. I don't want to scare people off of FPP by attempting that on a live, because that would take me a while. My brain won't keep up with the attention that that needs from it. Unlike Sylvia's, whose brain goes 90 to nothing and can do 20 different FPPs in like 5 seconds. Nobody likes to show off. Okay. The one Stephanie did is pretty. Shared Super Stuff's link. Thank you, Melissa, for sharing links. I appreciate it. Saves me some time. Oh yeah, that was the same ripper. The things we won't talk about. Oh, Sylvia's working on a new piggy one, and I do have a piggy one. I'm trying to remember where I put it. Oh, it's in my FPP box. As soon as I finish the wall hanging, I'm going to do the FPP piggy. I actually need to make some stars FPP, but I think I can handle that just with printing, because they're kind of like this. Look at me getting too big for my britches. I do really miss the seam ripper. No, don't make me get the whiny voice. Oh, really? I haven't seen that. Deborah Holman says, Cindy Rang was talking about Yvette yesterday. I had not seen that. I was catching up on some other stuff and trying to get that pig fixed. I messed up the lens because when I printed it, I got the very last row out of order somehow, and it didn't work out well. Let's see, where did Lori Sherlock So says, Yvette is great. She cracks me up when she gets going, LOL. Oh, I know. It's nice when I put random things in my order comments. I know she gets it because she knows I'm crazy. The first time in her chat, because my name was TCN. So it was very, yeah, who is that? It's a weird name. And she's like, I've seen you here before. And then I was like, I put my name in, and she wasn't looking at first. And I was like, just wait till she sees it. And she's like, Coleen. Oh, Coleen is hilarious. Yeah. I think she meant crazy, but I appreciate it. Sylvia brought fabric for my mystery sew along starting in a month. Yay! And she's doing her Japanese themed quilt sew along right now. What was the last one? Was the kimono, one of the kimonos. And that's when Melissa's cracking up with me. Shh, Sylvia, don't tell her. I took it. Tracy, you and Melissa. I know what you're thinking. How are you getting from Canada and Florida to Missouri to steal things from Coleen? I have theories. So yeah, I guess that opened Pandora's box asking that then. LOL. Which mystery so along, Sylvia? Lynn Bylis. Yeah, Bylis asked. Sylvia, that's what I call my medicine box, Pandora's box. Melissa Practically Creative. I always read the comments, then tell who says them. I do it backwards. Sylvia, I'm doing my own FPP mystery, Lynn. Yes, she is. Oh, Sylvia, that will be awesome. Yes, it is. I know what all the blocks are. See, professionals don't do things like that. And now I'm paying attention, Tracy. I need to check my bot to make sure I've got you listed right. Oh yeah, encourager. Yeah, never mind. And there's Janet Johnson. I knew I saw her come in. Good evening. She's in Australia. Lynn, can we get your mystery pattern, Sylvia? Go to Sylvia's page. Yes. She says, yes, Lynn, it will be put up day or two before. And Sylvia, I need new friends. Seam ripper thieves. Janet asked what I was working on. Good evening, Janet. I am working on. I will get back to that, I promise you. It's a Yvette's pattern. Deborah Holman, retired, so don't need a resume. Thank goodness. Well, I'm disabled and nobody would hire me if they could, but my resume keeps growing. I impress myself like that. Chauffeur, accountant, maid. Yeah, see, I was trying to find a fancier word than maid. I know there's a way to fancy that up. Housekeeper. Is that fancier? Courtesan, cook, dishwasher. Yeah. Melissa is good at the fancying up a resume. Domestic engineer, Lori says, and then some. LOL. Oh, tech support. So yeah, how did I forget tech support? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to answer Janet because I went way off script. There is no script. This pattern is I will put the link in for you so it makes sense when I say it, because otherwise I am going to butcher the name of it. Hello, Diane Sozio. I said that one right. So I'm not going to stick my tongue out again on a live. This is the free PDF pattern, Bursting Stars Quilt Pattern by YvetteRene. And the charm pack I'm using is Tula Pink True Colors. I shrunk it. You should print it at 100% when you print. But I wanted a smaller block because I didn't want to do the entire thing. I just wanted to see what this would look like together, if it looked as cool as it did in my mind. And I'm going to go with yes. And see if I can get these lined up without pinning. Don't tell. I was taught better than that. Okay. And now I'm going to have to pin. But she is doing a sew along on her channel, and I just really wanted to make the block. I tend to do that. I tend to not join sew alongs for the entire thing. I just see a block and I want to make it. And then I can tell you, go check them out for the rest of it, because they're awesome. Let's see. These lines should still add up. Just need one point to hang on where it's supposed to be so I can sew the rest. I am leaving the papers on while I sew this, and then I'll take all the papers off. And this newsprint is very easy to take off. Now, Yvette has an AccuQuilt that cuts all these pieces. I'm pretty sure it was their pattern and she turned it into FPP. She got permission to and all that good stuff. Because unlike me, she is a professional. I was just thinking, going over this center, I may regret my choices. And I should have been ironing all the way. See, it's driving me nuts that I didn't iron. Because technically, it's too fiddly. doing it that way. Everybody's fingers crossed. Looks like I stayed on the line. All I'm doing is sewing on the lines of the paper. No, that's not. That is not in the center. I'm going to leave it because I'm not ripping it out. I'll probably rip it out eventually. It doesn't look so bad from 3 feet away or, further. Look at that. Isn't that perfect? Absolutely perfect. Everything lines up. Hi, have you met me? I lie. Oh, it's Melissa working out together. Or Sylvia. Oh, I think they're both fixing to go on strike. Melissa says, you need new friends. Yeah, that went way too over that way. I am going to rip it out because it's bugging me. If it didn't bug me, like my coaster that I made, that one does not bug me at all. Although I know it's a tad bit off. This one doesn't bug me at all. And I'm going to show it close up because I want you to see that there is something there to bug me. That doesn't bug me at all. This one bugs me. And I have noticed using this seam ripper makes these come apart a lot easier without tearing my papers up as bad. Maybe it's my hands aren't going to cooperate. The fabric's not going to cooperate. I may shred my fabric and have to do this all again. I don't need new friends. I like my friends. They let me be crazy. I'll show you what this is doing. See, that stitch is so small. This paper is just coming off. It doesn't leave any behind. I don't need tweezers. I'll say that, and then it will, and I'll be like, well, I guess I do now. It's newsprint. Comes apart very easily. This is me procrastinating tearing that seam out because now I'm upset at it. If I wasn't on a live, I did save a piece. If I wasn't on a live, I would just do it without any thought. Well, that's going to come out because I want it pretty. But when things go sideways on a live, and this probably doesn't sound nice to you guys at all. I'm sorry. Just trying to show you it does come off easily. And this is why some people have tweezers to help get these little pieces of paper off. Had I been more particular when I tore it off, that would have came off and not left any paper for me. See, I know I need to reline this middle, so I'm just going to take those off. Do not tell on me. I promise you I was taught better than this. I still like the colors. I think it's very pretty and bright, even if it's not the way that it's intended, I suppose. Yeah, we're done with that. Okay, back to chat. Sylvia's just done some with Lisa Cape and Mystery. I've made 4 of part 1, not making all 36. That's how I am. Although after doing applique on this, I think I might be brave enough to try texting during a live. Oh, I'm blurry. Hang on, let me try to fix the camera. Sometimes it's just a matter of the camera refocusing on me. and sometimes it's not. How long has it been? I've noticed. No, it helped a little bit. I need to get a better camera. It's still blurry. I do have another page up so I can see. Although now I'm thinking I have that set to 144. So let's turn it up so I can actually see how blurry I am. Yeah, I'm blurry. Gonna finish the chat. Be very still. The more I move, the worse that camera is going to get. Oh, blurry and jerking. That's how I know it's time for me to sign off. I apologize. It's going to be a while before I can get a new camera, and it might also help to update my computer, but that's going to be a while too. So, everybody say goodnight, Gracie. If you're old, you understand that, and possibly in the US. 100 proof quilters is perfect. Thank you. Blurry, 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 blurry. Can't see anything. Sorry, blurry. Okay, well, it was good while it lasted. Lori, cute fabric you chose for the block. Being very still, and it's still blurry. I can see that. It's ridiculous that it looks crystal clear on the YouTube that I'm watching, but if I look on another tab with YouTube up, it doesn't. Oh, okay. Good night, Janet. Thank you for coming. Thank you all for coming. Lori, have a great day, everyone. Goodbye, John Boy and Mary Ellen. That's right. Have a good day, all. Bye, Coleen. Deborah says, love you, crazy woman. Of course you do. I love you too. You all have a great day, Melissa says. Thank you for the chat, Coleen. Been a blast, as always, Tracy says. Thank you, Coleen. Lovely luck. Take care, everyone. See you all very soon. And I will see you. Don't forget to check out Stephen Bland Designs, the Idiot Quilter. I will be up sometime on his channel tomorrow as a pre-record. And be the light you hope to see in others. Take care. Love you all.